saw on social media as I was flipping through, and I saw one of the reporters talk about Kosa's going into the game. And then I saw we got a text in the Woodward chat thread about it. And I thought to myself, oh my God, what's Lalonde doing here with that one, man? This is not going to work out, because if he gets shelled, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? That was that was my first inclination was, what's he doing?
Well, the whole thing is, what's he doing? Because you're not putting a rookie in his first game ever that you consider to be the future. Like, why wouldn't you just start him?
Yeah,
correct.
That game, right? Which is we're thinking, but down one. And here's the one thing. What are we always talking about? The development, the maturity over the past few years of Sebastian Costa. And we always say, well, why isn't he here now? Why isn't it? These are the things, why being in Toledo for the season, why last year being in Grand Rapids, why back there this year for these moments. Because to me, it was more about the mentality that he went in there with. The biggest thing, Neal, why it's frustrating, why from my perspective, you haven't gone to him or given him the start early, is because as you saw in the game, this team needs some sort of a spark, right? And sometimes when you put a new guy in net or a young guy in net, or just like when you call up a young guy like a Marco Kasper earlier or a Simon Edvinsson, you as a veteran player or as a team lock in a little bit more, and you know subconsciously that you need to give everything you got to help this guy out. Now, why psychologically doesn't it happen when the puck drops because you're a professional player? I do not know. But when you're going through lulls like this team trying to find something, you can use the youth, as an invigoration spot. So what I saw yesterday, and boom, tie it right up, and then boom, Buffalo comes at it. But what I liked is Sebastian Costa, and I've seen this, and it's a mentality of goaltenders. And I saw it in Mike Vernon, I saw it in Chris Osgood, and I was mentioning it to you before. I say it to everybody except Dominic Hasek, because he's just his own lunatic. But as a goalie, and the whole thing is that I'm going to stop one more than we are going to get. Now, puts you in a bad situation, because this team isn't the offensive juggernaut that they even were last year, whatever, struggled to score goals. But what happened? You got effort through the lineup. It looked different. I also like the fact from the rip, lines were changed, right? You had Rasmussen, Kasper, and Kane. So we're trying different things. And in saying that, you got guys to step up, right? You got Costa to make enough saves and big, whether it was in overtime, and you got 2 points. That's the bottom line. You got 2 points. So hopefully this is a great way for him, not only mentally to come in here, but hopefully they don't mess it up and they give him some run. There's no reason not to with your top goalie and Tam Calvert being hurt. We saw what Ville Husso can't do in coming in there. So this is more time than not. This puts Sebastian Costa played himself into a perfect situation. Couldn't be happier. Hopefully this is what this team needs. Some sort of spark. I'm always talking about that eyeball test to that spark on the ice. Well, maybe it started last night, and it started with your future in net.
Because, and look, I get what you're saying. I love the Hasek story, by the way. Like, it doesn't matter. He's just going to stop the puck, right? Like, he's in his own planet. Like, he doesn't care what you guys do in front of him. Like, he just goes on about his business. I love that story. But anyway, D-Mac, back to this team. It's just for me, and I love because you spoke to this for the last week. Like, just do some kind of spark. And sometimes it is that simple, especially in hockey, because you guys are weird. Like, your sport's weird. You guys are weird. Like, the whole thing. You talk, Hasek's weird. All you guys are weird. It's just, for me, D-Mac, I don't like, because the Red Wings have kind of stabilized things to some degree. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10, okay?
Stabilized mediocrity.
Stabilized to mediocrity, right? But the problem is 4-4-2 in their last 10. They've only gained 1 point on the Ottawa Senators. They've lost ground to pretty much everybody else around them, except for the New York Rangers, who for some reason are 2-8 in their last 10. Explain that one to me, D-Mac. Like, I don't know I don't know what the deal is. Actually, don't explain it to me.
Well, they're like trade this guy, trade that guy.
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's like it could be worse when you're supposed to be there and stuff like that's going wrong.
Yeah, no doubt. Spenny, real quick, the Trouba thing. What happened?
I don't know, man.
What did the Rangers get? I meant to ask you this yesterday. Do we know what they got?
No, let me check.
Okay.
Got Trouba and Gudis on defense in Anaheim now. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, that was like I was promised him Spenny promised me him.
He tried. Did we not make an effort for it?
We did.
Like in the off season where it was through, but because Jacob Trouba's wife did not want to invoke the no trade. That's the word on the street. So I mean, like, do you not get credit for putting effort in there, like trying to do things and them not working out? Like, do people not understand it just because you want something? I mean, it's like my house at Christmas time. Just because I wanted it doesn't mean I was going to get it. If I didn't want it, I'd probably have a better chance of getting it.
Yeah, Kiazi, I hope so. D-Mac Costa is the only thing we have right now to get excited about. Neal, leave Dom out of it. That guy was my idol as a former goaltender. No, like I say it with love and admiration because that's how great he was. That's how the greats are, man. They live in their own world.
They traded him for Uro Vankinen and a 4th-round pick, but the Ducks took up the entire salary.
Okay, so it was a salary dump,
yeah,
more or less. All right, I'd have to get in the weeds on it and and see what the deal is with Anaheim and how they were able to pull that off. Because, again, I was promised him by you, Spenny. You promised.
I mean, just like the guy that shot the CEO, it's always going to be the women that ruin it.
They bring you down every
flirting with a biddy at Starbucks and he gets caught.
Oh man, but no, D-Mac. It's just. I don't know. Is there? I guess what I'm trying to ask you, D-Mac, is there hope? Because I would imagine he's going to start the next game, right? Like, right?
I would hope.
Like
I don't. I really don't.
Would you
know.
expect?
I would expect.
Okay.
But I'm not betting my mortgage on it.
Can I do a little sidebar?
Yes.
Because shout out to Kosa for going in there, righting the ship, stopping a couple big shots, obviously in the shootout to get the win. Shout out to Raymond, had another fantastic game. Looks like he woke up.
Yeah.
Like past couple weeks, the dude's been playing lights out. Larkin continuing to play. Mo Seider had one of the best games I've seen him play in a Red Wings uniform last night. He was demolishing people, like just putting people absolutely on their ass left and right. He had 3 hits in the game, 3 shots on goal. Obviously, the game-tying goal that was just an absolute snipe. I don't know if you guys have seen the angle of that one, but just an absolutely beautiful shot by Mo Seider. So shout out to him for going out there, taking care of business. When he gets fed up and he's like, all right, I'm the best player on the fucking ice, it's scary.
Yeah.
Like, he puts people on the ass, he scores goals like that, and just takes care of business.
What a snipe, too.
So, yeah, shout out
and
to
a right-handed
Seider.
player, short side high on the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
That one tickles your fancy. Thank you, Tammy. For anybody aware, at the Henry Ford Museum, I think it's till June or January 10th or what's going on is
the
that
hockey exhibit?
Immersion simulator. Actually, Mickey Redmond and I will be there from noon to 1:30 on Sunday, taking part with it. So if people are out and about around before, if you're not going to a Lions game what time's the Lions game? Is that a night game?
Which day?
What's the Lions game?
This Sunday?
Yeah.
4:25.
Oh, perfect. Come and see Henry Ford and then head downtown. Perfect. So, yeah, I'll be excited. Have you seen that? The immersed
I haven't gone yet. My
son.
son actually wants to go. We're going to work it out. Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure. Please do that. As I was looking at it, too, and this is very rudimentary, just looking at it.
Neal.
What?
Hold on. Pete Smith, they have an old bubble hockey, top hockey game there.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Watch out.
I'll have to go thrash. Chase, I'll make a lot of other people feel your pain.
Wow. Chase just buckled, by the way.
Yeah.
Chase, you all right? Somebody get Chase the smelling salts. He's having
Bad
PTSD.
memories. PTSD.
Just looking at it, I would think that the deal was Anaheim got that trade done because they could eat the most salary.
Yeah.
The Wings couldn't eat the whole thing. Anaheim still has $13 million in cap space after Trouba taking the $8 million cap hit for this year. The Wings got like $2.1 million left. So that's what it was. It was, think of it as like a reverse auction.
What is it, Anaheim just have nobody on their roster?
Correct. Yeah, Trouba walks in and he's their highest paid player.
How much Zegras hasn't gotten paid yet?
Correct.
He's hurt too, I think.
Yeah.
Correct. Troy Terry is making $7 million a year for them.
Good old Troy Terry.
Of course, it's Troy Terry. No, but to back up the Seider thing real quick before we wrap this up and get into the Lions discussion, I just perusing the box score because I hadn't looked at the box score, and this is going to get Spenny mad. This is why I'm doing it before the break. In a game where the Red Wings gave up 5 goals, Mo Seider was a +2. Gustafsson and Hall were both -2s. In a game where their team scored 5 goals.